Hello and welcome to the road to GOTY for Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is a game that I waited many years to get my hands on. And now, of course, we ask the question, was it worth it?
Well, now.
Honestly, yeah, I think so. It's not perfect. I have my complaints with it. I talked about it at the time when it first came out. I put out a video on it. But I absolutely adore this game. And one of the advantages of the road to GOTY is that it lets me sit down again with some of these games. I didn't even add to the read there. We could just said sit down.
It's all in the mind.
It lets me sit down with some of these games again,
Check it out.
play them again, and see if, well, maybe it was just that I enjoyed them at the time.
Mechanized units like
But
this
revisiting them like
without
this, which is what I was going to say first,
probably a new prototype.
really lets me dig back in and remember what I love about these games that came out earlier in the year.
Then let's hope he sleeps through the explosion.
And yeah, this game. What do I love about this game? I love the combat. I'm a big proponent of turn-based strategy. I love Yakuza Like a Dragon. We're going to talk about it coming up soon. But I do think this version of this moveset is really good. Where you have to wait for your ATB gauge to fill, and then you have actions that you can do from there. I think it's pretty nice. It works pretty well. I also think the characters themselves are pretty fun
Keep those
to
gloves
use.
up.
You do have your basic attacks, of course, that don't require you waiting on the ATB gauge, but your bigger attacks do. I think each character plays differently, and each character is a ton of fun to play. I especially love playing as Tifa. I think Tifa has such a fun moveset in this game. Even like Barrett is really good. My biggest complaints come from the lack of playable characters. I wish that we had gotten to play as Red in this game. And I'm going to try not to spoil things in the first half of this video. And I wish that we would have gotten to play with, wish that we'd have gotten to play with Kate Sith in this section. I know obviously he's not in the original in this section, but you see him a little bit. You know, let me play as him anyway. It'll be fun. And then my other big complaint is that I don't get to play the rest of the game. I want to play the rest. I want to play as Sid. I want to play as Red. I want to play as Vincent and Yuffie. I want to go through the rest of FF7, you know? With this like new engine and this new take on some of these characters, which is still very faithful to their old characters, don't get me wrong, but they're done up differently now.
What we got here?
Turrets up top.
I can deal with those things.
Got it? We should probably be focusing targets though, honestly. Alright, for Barrett, let's go... I forgot I got rid of Barrett's Thunder because I'm leveling up, words. I'm leveling up his bio right now because I'm trying to level up all the materia. Alright, let's go Maximum Fury.
Hope you don't mind if I you got this.
Let me handle this.
Tifa's so much fun to use, man. Alright, let's go for a... Let's go Star Shower, I think. It looks so cool. Look at it. Tifa's great. I love playing as Tifa in this game. Like, Cloud's really good too. Don't get me wrong. I think all the characters are really solid. But I adore playing as Tifa in this game.
Want some more?
You're
Alright,
up.
Barrett.
Let's do this.
Need my help.
There we go. Fire material
Just
leveled up.
like that, okay?
I gotcha.
And that's the big thing for me is, yes, this is not original Final Fantasy VII, but they took what I love about FF7
A little more chaotic.
and they made it, they gave it a fresh coat of paint. They focused more on the interactions between the characters. There's some great moments in original FF7, don't get me wrong, but there are a couple moments here that are new that I think are really good, especially between Cloud and Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse. They really flesh out Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse. I still think the original game is superior in a lot of ways, but I adore what they have done here. And I don't hate the new additions of the stuff with Sephiroth and the Whispers and everything. I know there are some players that do, and I don't blame them. But, oh my gosh, am I excited to play through the rest of this story that is different from the original story. I cannot wait to dig in, and I have to. That's my biggest complaint, is that I don't want to have to wait having played this, but I have to. It's tough to talk about FF7 Remake and say new things because I've already done a full, like, rambly review right after finishing the game on what I think about it and where I sit on it. But
Tifa.
I do think this game has an incredible story to tell. I think the music is great, especially all the remade versions of the older songs. I think the characters are incredible. I think the gameplay is incredible. I love running around this world, doing missions. They did such a good job with Midgar. Everything's not perfect, like we said, but I don't think it really matters. And it doesn't have to be perfect, in my opinion. Yes, it could be better, but so could a lot of games. And I just really like what they have done with this. I think going into it, you need to know that it is not all of FF7. And I suppose when I joke about how, like, that's my biggest complaint, it really is, because the title doesn't tell you this is part 1. Nowhere on the box does it say this is part 1, right? Which is not great. I would love it if it actually had something to let people know this is just a portion of the full game. The rest is coming later. But
Weirdly perfect timing.
Wait a minute.
I love what they've done with Shinra in this game. I love what they have done with Shinra in this game. Shinra's so much more malicious than they felt in the original game. Oh, Heidegger. I do think like the pacing of this game has a couple things that seem out of place. Some extra dungeons that have been added that didn't necessarily have to be there. But I think when it pays off, it pays off.
Right now, you command the undivided attention of every soul in Midgar.
Huh? What is this?
Breaking news from Mako Reactor 5. Shinra has confirmed the reactor to be the target of the bomb threat issued by the terrorist group Avalanche.
I also think that despite like Shinra being way more malicious in this game, we also get to see more of the rank and file that work for Shinra that are just trying to get paid to help take care of their families, you know?
The Shinra Emergency Operations Center has issued an evacuation advisory. Residents are outraged that the tragedy of Mako Reactor 1 was only the first attack in a campaign of violence.
I think it really sells you on the weight of the actions that Avalanche takes.
And so, to a people beset by chaos and uncertainty, we will offer the finest comfort, bread and circus. The big boy.
Airbuster.
I give you Shinra's latest triumph of technology. The Airbuster, your executioner.
Of course, it was just a hologram.
Engineering on the line. Currently, the Airbuster is only 60% operational. The estimates were optimistic.
I'm on air.
Like, it's so good.
To the imbecile in charge down there, you are hereby ordered to seize those intruders and bring them to me.
And I know that it feels like I'm just kind of going, yeah, it's really good.
Quietly, you're having trouble.
But yeah, it's really good. I mean, what else do you want me to say, you know? I think in just about every way, this game sells itself on what it's trying to do. It wants to be FF7, but with that fresh coat of paint, with a new battle system. I'm trying to lower the game volume at the same time. And just listen to that music. And we should probably be actually using abilities and stuff now. Let's do an Infinity's End. There we go.
Too easy.
And I'm in New Game Plus, and this is on normal, so like I'm breezing through these guys. They're not a problem at all. But on hard, early on,
Shinra's hands.
it's really tough.
And their bullshit news is already peddling their false narrative.
I love what they've done with Barrett so
So
much.
we're screwed.
No, hell no. Listen, they want to turn this into a spectacle, then I say let's give them one. Let's take down Shinra's big-ass mech in front of everybody.
Okay. I'm sold.
I love what they've done with these characters in this game. I love the boss fights in this game. I think the boss fights in this game are really good. And I adore what they have done with Sephiroth in this game. I'm an unapologetic fan of Final Fantasy VII Original, and I do still think 7 Original is better than 7 Remake. For now. When 7 Remake is finished, I may feel differently. But I say when it's finished because it's not right now. This is not a complete... It's not the complete story. It is a complete story in that it has a beginning, middle, and end. It is a whole game in and of itself. It's not like you're buying this and not getting an entire game. But it is not the full story. So again, I feel like everybody needs to know that going in if they're thinking about picking up this game. I do still absolutely think it's worth playing, but this is not all of Final Fantasy VII. And I just wish the box had said such. I wish on the box it was FF7 Remake Part 1. That's all it would have taken for me.
See what these bastards were up to.
But again, despite any complaints I might have,
Cloud,
having
check this
played
out.
for just 10 minutes here, I'm already all the way back in. I want to play through the entire game again already.
We'll see about that.
Could tamper a little with its loadout.
And give ourselves an edge?
Good.
There should be a console somewhere.
This the console you talking about? Think you can get it to work?
I have a key card.
Well, let's find it then.
Card's out again. There it is.
You find it?
Yeah.
Good job. Now let's check out that console.
This is a cool thing here too, where they added the ability to make the airbuster weaker depending on what you do.
I'm guessing that's...
Yep. An enhancement powered by...
Sounds bad.
Pretty sure I can divert...
Yeah, let's get rid of an M unit. Costs a key card, but we can weaken the airbuster.
M unit flagged for display.
Heidegger's got no idea who he's messing with.
So far, so good.
This game's so good. I cannot be objective with this game. I'm sorry. I love FF7, and I went into this expecting
I
FF7
think they're watching
again, and it wasn't that.
Probably...
Nothing we
And
can
I
do
should
about
have
it.
gotten upset by that. But they did such a good job that I'm not upset at all that it's not. In fact, I'm excited that it's not just FF7 again, because it means I get something new now. And based on what they've already given me, I'm excited to see what they give me next. They did such a good job with it. Do, 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 do.
Let's do this.
We got him. We're good. We're good.
Sure you could.
We're probably not going to go too much longer here. I kind of want to get to the airbuster and fight the airbuster before we end this video. But I don't think that's like a close way. I think it's a good little way. One other like minor complaint that I have is how often you have to stop and do something slowly. Like stop and open that door, or stop and turn sideways to walk through a very thin spot. It just kind of kills the pacing of the moment to me in the way that the cutscenes really don't, you know? To me, this cutscene is just, well, we're seeing the information we need to see. Whereas having to stop and turn sideways to walk slowly through a thing is a lot more annoying. Oh, they're all going to be dead before we get to triple slash anybody. Oh, we got him. Yeah, on normal, these guys are nothing.
consoles this time.
Oh, there's a materia.
Double the sabotage.
If
Orb
we
of
can
Light.
find key cards.
We're not even going to really need to put on lightning for Barrett because we're on normal and we're so OP now. Where's the... There it is. So now we get to choose which one we want to take down.
Any cards?
Just the one.
Two choices. It's up to you, Cloud.
Which one is this one? This is...
What does
AI transport
programming
core?
do?
Yeah.
Increases processing power dedicated to motor...
A real
Makes it
quick
move real
giant
quick.
robot,
Nah,
huh?
let's get rid of that. Oh, and the voice actors did such a good job. Tifa's voice actress did an incredible job. Aerith's voice actress did an incredible job. Red's voice actor did a great job. Barrett's voice actor did a great job. Cloud's, I can just go down the whole line. That's what this whole video is. This video is like 20 minutes of me just talking about how much I love this game.
a storeroom for defective
And look at how good job they did on the character models.
You think
Barrett looks incredible.
shells and programs
Look at
might be
him.
valuable enough to warrant a little detour?
Maybe.
I say we grab them.
Look at him.
If we get that far.
Oh, man, I love this game. But see, again, you gotta stop and open all these doors. And it's not a huge thing, but it definitely makes you stop every so often.
Okay, listen up, y'all. Everything Shinra has told you is a goddamn lie. Mako is the lifeblood of our planet. Those greedy bastards are bleeding it dry. Y'all gotta rise up.
Barrett, who are you talking to?
The people put me on TV. I'm gonna drop some truth.
1,000 Gil says they cut the sound.
And again, the whole game is not dungeons like this. There's towns, there's areas to explore, missions to take up, things like that, side quests to do. But I didn't want to show off too much in this video when we could just do a middle game mission. All right, you're annoying me. We're gonna blade burst you. Oh, we missed. Dang it. All right, Tifa. Get him. Yeah, you try and dodge Tifa, huh? I love the way the staggers work in this game, the way that different characters are able to play off each other.
Guess it's my turn. How'd you
Boop.
Nothing's gonna stop.
You would say that.
Again, my biggest complaint is just that I want the rest of the game. I want so badly I want to know how Sid and Vincent play. I want to play as Red instead of just having him as an ally, you know? Because I love this combat system. It's so much fun to me. I guess we'll get into spoilers. The fight with Rufus on the top of Shinra Tower is incredible. That's such a good fight. One of the best boss fights of the year, in my opinion. The final fight with Sephiroth is really good, too, even though most of that is, like, cutscene.
Find any cards?
Most of that, all of that, basically. There, you have to find him a little bit,
Take your
but
pick.
this is just so much fun. I love this game.
Feel like scrapping some BB. Hurry up and decide.
The question then of, like, is what they decided to do with the Whispers a good thing or not? I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. We will find out in the next game. But I enjoyed what they did because it was different. And I know for a lot of people that's going to be the opposite. That they don't like it because it's different. But for me, I've played FF7. I still have FF7. I replayed a lot of FF7 this year because I wanted to play through the later parts of FF7 again. I can go back and play original FF7 whenever I want, you know? I'm excited to have something new. I don't know where this is going. And I want to see what they're going to do. You know, I want to see how things are going to change.
We're about to make fools out of Shinra while the whole damn city's watching.
It could wind up being absolutely terrible. It 100% could.
Times like these, you gotta save her.
But it also
Oh,
could
no.
be
If you're
really,
going to
really
ask me to
good.
Dance, then don't.
Come on, don't be shy. How about you, Cloud?
I don't dance.
And again, they did such a good job with these characters. These are the characters from FF7, but they also aren't. They're those characters, but more playful. In a way that's kind of crazy, because they already were really playful in Original 7. I really like what they've done. I think there's a lot of ties into Advent Children, and I don't like that movie, but I've seen it a bunch of times because I do think there are really cool moments in there. I think that if the thing that I think is happening, which we're in spoiler section, I can talk about it. If Sephiroth really is the Sephiroth from Advent Children, who knows that he lost originally, and he's come back to try and win this time instead, that's incredible. That's so cool to me. That ties into Advent Children with, like, the enemies at the end of the game that are, like, Kadaj, Luz, and Yaz, I think are their names.
4 consoles. And never enough key cards.
Which one? We got big bomber shells. Let's go for the AI programming core.
An AI programming core.
That way it won't be as fast. Which again, I think because we're in New Game Plus and very OP,
Programming core flagged for disposal.
I don't think we're really going to need any of this to make Airbuster something we just walk through.
Heidegger's not
But you
gonna
never
like
know.
that. Think we've done enough to weaken the robot?
All that we can, at least.
It's all good. The stage is set. All that's left is to hijack Heidegger's show. We're coming up on the exit. Tifa, detonator still in range?
We should be good.
The moment Big Boy goes down, you hit that switch.
Right.
And I know I mentioned it earlier, but the music, what they have done with Tifa's theme in this game, which was already one of my favorite themes in video games, what they have done with Tifa's theme in this game is incredible. It is my favorite version of her theme by far. Felt that one, didn't you? I think we killed him with that triple slash. Barrett. There we go.
Was never in doubt.
Oh, step flash block's been improved. Nice. I want to platinum this game. That's how much I've enjoyed it. That's why I'm leveling up all of the materia.
Can't say we didn't prepare. Now we just gotta get it done.
It's Airbuster time. Here we go. Love this game so much. Look at how cool this thing looks.
Tracking down replacements. Work faster, or you'll hear it from the brass.
Look, they're still prepping it.
They're here. Hold them back.
I love that the cutscene shows the weapon you have equipped, and you can see the materia in it. Or like you can see the materia that I've given Barrett in the back of his gun.
Here we go.
You want to try and block everything, huh? What about this? What about if I roll behind you? What about if I braver? Can you block that? Didn't think so.
Brace yourself.
Didn't think so.
Don't overdo it.
I'll do it.
Yep.
Give them hell.
Let me handle this.
Shit. We too late.
That's far enough, you bastards.
Oh, Tifa's moveset's so good.
I'll never had a chance.
We're OP too.
Guys,
Hold on, let me grab this chest first.
looks like a performance assessment. Reduced response time.
For real though, we need to talk victory poses. Something coordinated with a live on camera finish. Could blow up big, start a new trend.
Veto.
Victory poses, as in the ones that they did in the original game when they finished a battle. Again, there's so many nods like that. I love it so much. And I feel like that's all I'm saying. But it's so true.
Damn near gave me a heart attack.
Let's regen Tifa just real quick. Get some of that health back just in case. I don't think this thing can really hurt us anyway. But just in case. And your allies do still build ATB when you're not controlling them, but they build a lot more when you're controlling them. What's it called? Yeah, lifesaver. That's what it's, which is like the best ability in the game. And honestly kind of breaks the game, even on hard mode. Like, you need it at some points, but it's really powerful. I missed that dive kick. Especially for somebody like Barrett, who with just a couple changes, I have maxed out his HP, you know? Alright, let's start shower. I'm not going to play with this guy. Yep.
Real subtle invitation.
We were gonna spring the trap anyway.
I could play this game forever. We really should call it, but I kind of want to get to the airbuster first because I love that fight.
Out of my way.
And just like the little party banter, or like Cloud saying, "Get out of my way," and then Barrett saying, "I know you're not talking to me."
No time to celebrate.
It's so good.
Sure there is.
Sure there is. Barrett's the best.
Big boy's going to an execution, all right. We're gonna put him out of his misery while the whole damn city watches.
We give it our all and we'll win.
I love these characters so
We're gonna
much.
get through this. We're gonna make it home. All of us, no exceptions.
Right. We don't want to disappoint Marlene. That goes for you too, Cloud. Right?
You better give her a big old smile this time.
If the price is right.
And just the way these characters bond over the course of this game. You get to see it in the old game too, in the original, based on the way that they talk over the course of the game, whereas they become more and more dependent upon each other. But it's so much more obvious here because of the work that was put in for facial expressions. You have moments like this too, where there's like a lag between when something happens and when the cutscene starts.
Yeah, from that room over
It's
there.
not a huge problem, but you definitely notice it. And I think it's because they had to flesh out Midgard to be like an entire game
Everything have to be so damn
that,
complicated.
just as Barrett's pointed out, everything has to be incredibly complicated.
Do you think we'll find the components we diverted?
It's like a treasure vault.
And so you wind up with these situations of stuff like this,
So how do we do this?
which really doesn't have to be here,
We moved
but
the
is here
levers at the
kind of
same
just
time.
to
Got these ones.
make it take a little longer, it feels like.
Which just leaves right, soldier boy.
Again, they use it well because there are great character moments in these, but this, and then there's a moment with Aerith with the crane,
So we need to
where it's like by the end of it, we didn't need these sections, to be honest. We could have just not had them.
Okay, pay attention, you two. 3, 2, 1.
I did it too early.
Shit.
Shake it off. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, come on.
Focus. 3, 2, 1.
There we go.
Emergency lockdown disengaged.
Now, if we want to get the treasure vault, that's the other
Now
one behind
that
us.
is what I call teamwork.
Go team.
What y'all got tucked away in that vault, huh?
We have to do the same thing here where we try to use it. The game goes, no, because you got to do the teamwork
This would
thing.
be the treasure vault.
And then we have a cutscene to say, hey, we got to do
What's the
the
catch?
thing again.
To bypass a high-level security lock.
Different from the other one?
Same deal. But we gotta do it several times.
Tightwads. But hearing that just makes me want to rob him more.
Yeah, let's stick it to him.
And again, it's not that it's a huge problem, but it didn't necessarily have to be here, you know? And there's something like this, not this, but of this type,
Okay,
that
guys.
just makes it take a little
You know
while
what we have to do.
in a lot of different sections of this game.
Tifa leads.
Oh, fine. After you, girl.
Gotta get past level 1 first, right? 3, 2, 1.
Alpha level security disengaged.
That was great, you guys. Let's keep it up. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Beta level security disengaged.
And if you mess it up on the third one,
Oh, think we've got
you got to do the
this?
whole thing over
Hell
again.
yeah. Bring it on. Ain't nothing I love more than sticking it to Shinra.
Halfway there. Steady, guys. 3, 2, 1.
Gamma level security disengaged.
I panic every time.
You guys are
Every
pros.
time.
Okay, final round. Don't lose focus. 3, 2, 1.
Nope. I was too late.
Still getting
I was too
more.
late.
We got this. 3,
I was too early.
Breathe when I breathe.
And again, you don't have to do this the second
Shake
time
off.
if you don't
3,
want the
2, 1.
if you don't want to
Delta
get this
level
door open.
security disengaged. Disposal room now accessible.
But and again,
That shit
I
up,
feel like
making us jump through
I'm just like nitpicking because the little problems I have with this.
Good work, guys.
But it does get annoying on replays having to do these little mini games like this and the
I put
crane
my heart
game.
and soul into those countdowns.
But again, they do a good job of making it worth it character-wise. Orb of healing material. Get our stuff that we brought here.
Score. It's just like Cloud said.
They say a job well done is its own reward. I say take everything that ain't nailed down.
Bomber. Die programming core. 2 bottles of ether. And the other AI programming core. Alright. Let's go fight the airbuster. I love the way they did the save stations here. The shops where you can buy from the vendors. And they each sell different music tracks. And then you sit down at these benches to heal. I love it so much. And then the shops play their music. It feels so shandified. I'll use that word. Because it feels like you're getting, let's save over. Because you're getting the narrative of, well, yeah, this is just a thing they have in the world. These benches you can rest at and recover your strength a little bit, you know? All right. Airbuster time. We'll fight the airbuster, and then we'll call it. Such a cool fight, man.
Huh?
Such a cool fight.
Huh? Look!
President Shinra.
Oh, the eyes of one who has bathed in Mako, which would make you a soldier.
Ex-soldier.
Once a soldier, always a soldier. Though not, alas, for very long. Accelerated cellular degradation being the most common cause of death by far. This is classified, of course, but every soldier knows the truth.
That's right.
Think you forgetting someone?
I love the nods. I love the nods.
Would that I could. You strike me as the type to go on without end.
Ain't enough hours in the day to hold you to account for all your crimes.
And what a wasteful indulgence it would be, even if there were.
Yeah.
Okay then. Let's talk about wasteful indulgences. What is Mako? The life stream. The lifeblood of the planet. Our planet. But Shinra keeps on slurping it up like a thirsty dog. What do you think's gonna happen if you don't stop, huh?
We do indeed keep on
Slurping it up.
as you say. But for whose benefit, I wonder. The true nature of Mako is known to one and all, yet the people willfully turn a blind eye to the cost. As you must surely be aware.
Don't you dare try to put this on us! If anyone's going along with your plans, it's cause you brainwashed them!
Such methods are beneath me. As are you, my faithful sewerettes.
I love that
Henceforth
President
our
Shinra is
lives
just
will be
like,
futile,
hey,
our sworn enemy.
we all know.
Thank you for stoking
We all
our
know and we all
people's
put up with it.
patriotic fervor.
No one's innocent is what he's saying. And I love that they went that route with him.
You still don't understand your role in this. What are they doing? Don't you see? You fools were never in control. Never anything but pawns in our plans to sell great and glorious war to the people. and your instruments of insurrection will detonate. When we so choose. God damn it!
Yep.
Now let us raise the curtain on our main event.
Airbuster.
The trial of the eco-extremist group Avalanche. Terrorists who conspired with Mutai against Midgard. Your guilt is undeniable. Your punishment, death.
Here we go.
I'm sick of this.
I love Tifa so much.
I'm sick of all of this.
It's just like when I failed you.
Cloud, get your head in the game. We're counting on you, man.
Alright, we need to get Barrett taking damage for everybody. So, lifesaver. We'll go and overcharge. Why not?
Give 'em hell.
I don't think Bio is gonna do anything to him, but we'll try it. Cause he's a machine. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's go for an Infinity's End.
You're ready.
It's okay, Barrett took that damage, and because we're in New Game Plus, and my Barrett's super tanky, it was basically nothing damage-wise.
That was too close.
We need to come up with a plan.
That wasn't the ability I meant to use. That was a mistake. Oh well. Too late now.
I hate when they do that.
Let's take care of them first.
Oh, it was behind us. It's okay, we can target it instead. Barrett's stunned. Star Shower. Crud, he knocked us out of it. Alright, Barrett's back up. There we go. Oh, the summon gauge is filling up now. Let's do the Maximum Fury. That's the one I wanted to use earlier. Because it's so much stun. It's so much stagger. And again, you may say, well, Trey, you don't have to worry about your health at all. Well, it's because I'm in New Game Plus. My characters are basically fully leveled up. It doesn't make the fight less cool.
Damn, all those drones. Time to do your thing, big man.
Do we want to summon Leviathan?
Make sure you got my back.
Do we want to summon Ifrit? Barrett doesn't have enough to summon.
Hang back.
Give it your best shot.
Alright. Do we want to summon Fat Chocobo? Nah, let's summon Leviathan. Leviathan. Leviathan.
Help us out.
Ha 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 ha! Even if nothing else, Leviathan, just hit him. Yeah, get him, Leviathan. Yeah.
I hear you loud and clear.
Get him, Leviathan. Cloud. Briny Bellow. Yeah. Gyro Sploom.
Let me show you how it's done.
Get him, Leviathan.
Light 'em up.
And then now for the finisher, Leviathan. Later, Airbuster. Man, I love this game so
We don't have
much.
long to get clear.
Take Tifa and get out of here.
I was wrong about you.
This ain't the end of the line for you or me.
Cloud!
Come on.
Man, I love this game. We're going to call it here because otherwise I'm just going to play through this entire game in this setting. But let me know your thoughts on FF7 Remake in the comment section down below. And until next time, I've been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that FF7 Remake has to offer.